Hello, YouTube modeling community. This is Rusty Rotor. Uh, this is going to be, like I said, a really busy week. I'm still wound up from Acme. That's how much of an experience it was. Uh, our good friends, uh, and I hope this is like a start of a really good thing with them, and that they continue to send us something to review. And of course, everything that is sent to me to review, I build. Uh, doesn't mean it's always going to be a full blown custom or full detail or anything like that, but uh, it's just me. I know a lot of guys, they get so much stuff, it's hard, you just can't constantly do it, and it gets put up on the shelf or the back burner for a while. But me, everything I primarily do is just my stuff anyways. Uh, and the stuff that comes in for review, it kind of takes priority. Uh, so I know I've here lately, I've been kind of all over the place, guys, and kind of starting stuff, not finishing it. But just remember, the Volkswagen, it's basically done. It's just final assembly, and literally it's just that, final assembly. And we'll review that once it's all assembled. And the charger, it's right where I want it to be. I kind of struggling a little bit with it, so I just kind of back away from it a little bit. I don't want to make any major mistakes or rush it just in the name of getting it done. That's what I've done in the past, and it's kind of jumped up and bit me. The same way with the 53, it's just ready to be washed and then primered, and then kind of go over the body again. So we're right where we want to be with that too. The little figures, I'm just trying to get a jump start on the diorama stuff. Excuse me. So, it is what it is. But today, and like I said, hopefully it's something that's it's gonna keep coming. Not all the time, but hopefully, it's a regular thing. Iceman collections. I can't say enough nice stuff about it. Everybody out there knows, who's ever bought something from Joel, it's always top notch, top quality. And for some reason, it wasn't. He makes it right immediately. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The man knows how to get his settings and print quality stuff. And on that, he has sent us, I'm going to show you the box because I got everything out, the new Dodge Charger EV SAT concept kit. Now, a little backstory. I have gotten full printed kits before. I've not built or finished them yet. They're kind of little side projects, and I just, little by little. This is the nicest, the nicest, the best full resin body I've ever seen. I wish I could get my settings to print as smooth as this body is. This would be no different if you bought a Revell Monogram AMT or anything else like that. The only difference is there's no flash. But as far as smoothness and prep, light sanding. I mean, from what I can see, and I've looked at this thing under light, and I can't see anything that is cause for attention or worry or anything like that. I mean, we'll even get it up close. Look at that. That is as smooth as if it was casted. There's some things that looks kind of suspicious over here, but it's just lighting, and it is going to require sanding. But that's smooth. It just looks that way. I mean, the front end on that thing, look at that. How cool that is. Even the emblem. Easy to pick out. Very protruding. This is opened enough, just enough you can get in there with your airbrush and spray in there real nice, or aerosol can, rattle can, whatever you want to do. How you paint your bodies. But the hood, look at that. I mean, that is flipping fantastic. I am a Charger fan, and this I love because it's a two-door. And it may be, a concept car and all that, and we're going to build it, box stock. We do have our color choices picked out. Here's the back of the car. Look at the detail back there. And underneath. Now, I would have liked to seen that this piece be separate. As in, maybe this piece down here. Just for the fact where you could paint them separately. You know what I mean? And then possibly just sand the back of it to open it up. I mean, I could still sand the back of it to open it up. But then I don't know how, strong these little vents would be. So, we're not going to do that this time around. We'll mask off and, we'll get that painted flat black in there. And up here, I think we'll paint that black and then chrome, and then put the taillights in. This is where the taillight goes. We'll give it our signature tag. Even the body lines and the panel lines, they're all really nice. I mean, you can go through here and clean up the panel lines a little bit if you want. We won't be doing that. I usually lay the primer in there really good, and the paint, that way it fills it in, then I black wash the panel lines anyways. But man, that's cool. And it's it's a two-door, guys. We finally get a two-door newer age Charger. This is a curbside kit. There's no engine, but there is full detail interior, tires and wheels. And Joel gave me some stuff here. I want to go over this first, and then we'll go over the recommended prep that he gives, and you get that with the kit, so it shows you what you need to do in order to achieve the best outcome, best look when you're building it. So first, get this, guys. I have lost my glasses somewhere between here and Acme. It's like they grew legs and walked up or got up and walked away. So I'm going into this blind, but I can, from a little bit of a distance, I can read this. So just bear with me. This kit right here is only available through 11/11 through 11/20. That's it. After that, no more. So, as soon as you get off this video, hit his link down there and get you over and get you a copy. Prices for this kit, if you go with the resin tires, and I'll show them to you. We'll kind of just go at it as we go here. They're really cool, really crisp and clean, nice detail. It's no different if Ryan Jones had made these. You'd have to lightly sand them, prime them, paint them. So you can. This is a way to save a little bit of money, all in on the budget. It's something you really want, but a $5-10 difference may make or break if you can get the kit, or if it's affordable to you. In the past, I've seen these kits be in excess of over $100, 100 plus, and not very many options. It is what it is. So Joel kind of giving a two-way option on this. It's fantastic, in my personal opinion. We'll get to the wheels here in a minute. They're super detailed. They're kind of complex, but I think with a little patience, it shouldn't be no problem to get them painted. So the price. Everybody's like, what's the price? What's the price? The price is $89 with the resin tires. Now, that's the complete kit. For that $89, you get the resin tires, the wheels. You get the wheel stud mounts. You get rotors, calipers. You're getting the full interior, the body, all the glass, and it's vacuum molded glass, and it's really nice, very nice. The chassis, which this would be super easy, just you carbon fiber guys to prep it, start laying the carbon fiber on it. And you got to remember, this is an electric car, so it doesn't have a standard gas engine anyways. And you wouldn't see much of the electric engine from underneath either. It would all be either in the trunk or under the hood for any kind of maintenance or anything like that. So, carbon fiber, or, just a nice semi-gloss black finish, or even matte black underneath, it's going to suffice. And the interior tub, same way. Crisp and clean, highly detailed. Look at those door panels. The sky's the limit on what you can do with this. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful print. And I say that because, I print. So it's nice. Now, there's a few supports down in there still, and you may get those on yours as well. They come right out. No effort to get those out. I have dry fitted the pieces in here. Perfect. No issues. And see, that's a good thing. Making a limited run of these things and then just moving on to the next one is really good, because printers are constantly got to be adjusted and set for each thing to get the highest quality print out of it. Well, if you're a printer, you're only going to print things so long before you have to change your settings for the new style print you got. Unless you just got 40 or 50 printers going at one time. And I know Joel has quite a few, but still, you don't want to just burn it out and constantly keep printing things. So these are limited editions, hence the name on the box, limited edition. And it's no different than anybody else coming out with a kit, and it's a limited edition, so you better hurry up and get it, because you're not going to ever get it again. Then the prices are going to go through the roof. So, all that said, for $89, you get everything you need to build this thing, other than glue and paint, with the resin tires for $89. For an additional $10, basically, for $99, you get the rubber tires. And they're the same tire, just rubber, like what you get with a kit or a Aoshima kit. Super nice tread pattern. These are what we'll be using. I'll save the resin tires for something else. But, these are nice. And we'll get them put on one of the tires, or wheels here. There's one of the wheels. Look how nice and detailed those wheels are. Now, I don't have my glasses, like I said, guys. Everything's ridged. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint a base coat over that wheel of this right here, so you guys can see it. OZ gunmetal number GC-240 from Gravity Colors. That's going to be our base coat, and then we're going to come back and do all the ridge work in chrome, and we'll use Molotow for that. There's so many other brands out there of that chrome, and I've been watching some new videos of new style chrome. It's cheaper. You get a 3-pin set for like $13 and something on Amazon. I think it's Amazon or eBay, one of the two. But the shipping's pretty quick. from what I saw from their video, and they tested it against Molotov and some of the others, and there was no difference in it. It was actually a hair better looking chrome and cheaper. So, you know, you might want to go and find his video. I should have got a link from his video so you guys could have gone over there and checked it out, but you all may know who I'm talking about. But, you know, with a little brush like I do, those little tiny brushes, I can pick out the chrome raised areas and get that look that I want for the wheels. So that's what we're going to be doing. So for $99, you get the same kit, just with the rubber tires. And that's plus tax and shipping. So $89 plus tax and shipping. With resin tires, $99 plus tax and shipping for the rubber tires. Now, here's the best thing. Joel went above and beyond. For that time, and that time only, from 11/11 to 11/20, if you use the code RUSTY10, you're going to get an additional 10% off of that order. Okay, guys, so that's 10% off $89 if you go resin, 10% off $99 if you go with the rubber tires. That is a flipping great deal to get a really high quality, high printed, and trust me, I'm a printer too. And before I became a printer, I was buying this stuff and looking over it, and I'm like, you know, I probably paid a little bit too much money for that. This is worth every single penny. This is going to make, and you know, if you're one of these guys that you just go all out and you turn this into a year-long build or a 6-month build or whatever it is, you could really, really, really do a lot with this. I mean, you could change the chassis, put a full chassis underneath it, tires and wheels. You could Pro Tour it out, put a gap, you know, cut the hood open. It is made to be able, you could open that hood up. And, you know, of course, then you're going to have to do some back scratch building for the engine compartment and so on and so forth. But as a concept car, just the way it is, curbside, a fairly quick build, very little prep, and be right into the build. It's the way to go, guys. I mean, seriously. You know me, I'm not going to tell you, you know, go get this and then you guys will be disappointed. I mean, the interior, I don't have the base underneath it, but you know, it fits right in there. Everything lines up exactly how it's supposed to be. There's no warpage, no ill fitment, no, you know, nothing else. Is, you know, it was designed on a computer for every, you know, square millimeter to, as if it was printed all in one hunk, you know. And then you separate it so it all goes right back in place and lines up exactly to the T. I'm looking forward to seeing what some of these guys out there do with this particular kit. Their creation with it. Do they just, you know, we're going to build it basically box stock. So everybody else, you know, I'm sure there's going to be somebody who's going to go really crazy on it and add a lot of detail and all that. You know, it's open for some carbon fiber, and we may, because I do have some carbon fiber, may come back and do the chin, just the chin spoiler in carbon fiber, just to give a little look. Pretty much everything else is going to be detail painted. You know, there'll be a lot of masking back here to get this all painted in there. You know, to get this painted right so that lens looks really nice once we put it in there. So just remember, guys, you know, if you've been looking for a resin kit to try, Joel's are, you know, they're all the way up here. They're not, you know, it's not crap by any means. You know, and even the ones I got aren't crap. It's just, you know, could have they been better? Yes, but you know, at the time that's what they were. This stuff is only getting better. The more people tinker with settings, and that's why I say I test print all the files I get until I get, you know, what I would be happy with buying myself. So, you know, that being said, no, you know, everybody else is totally the same. And then when you get into something like this, you got to be spot on, because nobody wants to sit there and sand and sand and sand for days and days and days to get a smooth finish on the body that's been 3D printed. You know, so you know, Joel's taken, you know, 99.9% of all the work out of it. It's just like opening a Revell kit. You know, if there's flash, well, in this case there is no flash, but you know, you just start sanding, getting any imperfections out. I've not found any imperfections, so that's gone. So all I gotta do is just sand the body and get it ready for primer. Okay, so I mean, holy crap! This is the console. This runs down through the whole center of the car. I mean, it is just packed full of detail. And we're going to do our best. There's those little supports there. Those are okay. I mean, they literally just come right out and leave no trace. So, you know, that's, and there's little keys in here for this to go in. I mean, it just sits right in there. Perfect. Perfect fit, tight, snug everywhere. You know, just like it should be, like what you expect a model kit to be when you get it out and you go to put it together. Everything fits perfect. Nothing's misaligned. Nothing's, you know, you got to do all this extra work to get it to fit right. There is not that at all in this kit. Everything's going to go in there. And just show you, here's part of the dashboard, or the dash, I should say. You know, vent detail, you know, where the gauges would go. There is no decals with this, which that is the only thing I can see that maybe Joel might need to try and do, is the 2 gauges for the dash cluster here and the gauge cluster. Maybe trying to get somebody to print some decals for him, that just to complete the kit. But I mean, guys, I've got a 3-drawer box over here full of decals from other kits. There's plenty of decals out there that'll work in this space. You know, you might trim them a little bit or whatever, but that shouldn't even be a downside to you getting this kit. But just to show you the dash, how it fits in there. I mean, look at that. Perfect. No sanding to get it to fit. No nothing. It just fits right in there. Lines up perfect. No gaps. No warpage. Nothing. Just blam. You know, that I love seeing that. That way I know I'm not going to get held up for 4 or 5 hours sanding this. I might have to put a little bit of putty in there and sand it, and it's still not fit perfect. It's perfect fit every time. No problems. The seats are amazing. You get 4 seats, and they're basically all the same. Easy to run seat belts through if you want to do harness style seats, or seat belt and hardware. Easy to detail, pick out. You can 2-tone them. You know, and that's probably how we'll be going, as a like a medium gray and a dark gray type interior. We won't do a harness belts, but you know, I always do seat belts, so we'll probably do some maybe in the front we'll do some shoulder, comes through one side and comes down, and then the other, you know, up over the lap type seat belts. That's, I'll just kind of have to see when everything goes together. There's no key, no key for the seats, so you can adjust your seats however you want them to be. So like me, you guys have seen me down at Acme. I'm a tall guy, you know, so my front seats would be back further in order for me to drive this. But look at that. I mean, they sit flush, they sit level, you know, no problem. And your favorite, you know, super glue is what I would recommend. We'll go over his things here in a minute and see what he recommends. But, you know, when I do resin, I use a super glue. I use the Bob Smith's Industry Purple. And I use a little toothpick to applicate, you know, the glue to the area. There's tons of glues out there. So, you know, your favorite super glue, you shouldn't have any problem. He even gives you the mirrors, and the mirrors are pinned. There is little holes, so I'd recommend, you know, drilling those out all the way through, and then I would glue them in place from the back side, just to prevent getting glue on your finished paint. But you know, you do what you want to do. But yeah, you have 4 seats. Here's the steering wheel. Super nice detail. And we'll do some searching around and see if we can find any actual pictures of the car. I know they're out there to get some ideas for the interior, how we're going to do it. These are your wheel studs. They are keyed on the suspension plate, so you know exactly where they go. These are your rotors and calipers. Nice to pick out. Detail paint. I mean, they literally go on there like that. You can't get any easier for an assembly than this. You don't even need instructions. I mean, you should know. I mean, they're all the same. Nothing changes from front to back. So it's just repeat once you put this on there 3 times. And the only thing you want to do is make sure you turn your rotor and caliper close to the way they would be from the factory, as far as where the caliper sits on, you know, in the wheel, whether they're rotated to the back or they're at the top or, you know, more towards the front, whatever it may be. Just pay attention to that before you go gluing these in place. But that goes on. See, and this is where I can't see. I cannot see. Okay, so I do see one little thing that you're going to have to do, or I thought it was different. So in the back of the wheel, there's a hole. So you're going to want to find either a little piece of metal wire that's real stiff that will fit inside there, or a piece of styrene, and will go inside there. You know, a metal axle would be really good, because this is hollow all the way through. You guys can see how it's hollow all the way through. So you could get these glued in place, or one glued in place, slide your axle in, and then slide this over your axle and glue this one in place and let it dry, and then, you know, slide your wheel over the axle, just kind of like you do with another kit. And that holds the tire and wheel to the car. So you get 4 rotors, you get 4 of the little pins, 4 wheels. You know, we've already looked at those. Here's another one. And we'll put it inside of a tire, or a resin tire, I'm sorry. Give me a minute here. They are a little tight fitting. That always makes me nervous when they're that tight. And we don't want to force it. They do fit, but you're going to have to maybe lightly sand a little bit on both, and then, you know, you get it sliding smooth. And then I would still, you know, when you get like halfway in, then I would add my glue, and then, you know, push it on in, and then get your wheel to glue to the tire once you're done painting and everything. Let's see. So we'll move on here. I'll show you there's one little piece in here. I don't know where it goes. We'll have to look around. But there's your tail lights. He's got it in red resin. Very nice. See, now if I printed something like this, I'd probably go through 8 or 9 of them before I'd get one good one to print off without having a lot of, you know, support and cleanup on it. But this is really nice. You can even hit this a little more with some Tamiya clear red. That'll make it pop. I got something similar in another kit, and I tried it, and it really makes this, because it's a red background, and then putting the clear red over it, you know, just airbrush, little leveling thinner, thin it out real good, pour it in your airbrush, and just hit this real quick, and it'll really stand out. But this goes, you know, get up in there. I'm gonna keep my finger on there so it doesn't fall out. So you can see, I mean, it fits like a glove, just like it's supposed to. So, you know, that clear red's going to make it almost a little bit more transparent, see-through. So that's why I say you want to come in here and maybe mask this off. And, you know, if you guys use the Spaz sticks, chrome, or the other ones, you know, get a gloss black base in there, and then, you know, chrome it, and then clear this with Maya red, and put this in there. You're going to get a really nice finish. So, you know, there's that. There's another little clear red piece. I'm not for sure where it goes. Looks like a 55 Bell Harris taillight. It probably goes somewhere. I would say maybe it's the third brake light. He doesn't really give any other pictures to know. So we're going to have to kind of find out. I'll find out from him where it goes and just kind of touch base on it on another video. But here's your mirrors. Super nice. Look how small his supports are for that. Just a little light sanding and you're good to go. And they're pinned, like I said. So you want to drill your holes out just a hair. That way those will go down in there. If you, like I do, if you take it to a show, I never glue them in place. I keep them separate. That way I don't knock them off. I don't take a chance of it scuffing up the paint or anything like that. I just, right before a show, I put them in place and set it on the table, take them back off when I, you know, pack the model back up. Kind of like Shadow, the GSX. So now, we'll finish this up. These are his recommendations on prep. You know, he is not only just a printer, he builds, and he builds amazing models. He's got a couple that I wouldn't mind having in my collection of other builders, you know, models. One is the, I think it's a 67, why did that just leave my head? Impala. 67 Impala. It's flamed and it's hot rodded out. It is an absolutely beautiful model from top to bottom, inside and out. And if I could ever get that just to have in my collection, I would be floored, because he did an amazing job on it, and same as every other one he's ever built. So, you know, this guy, you guys got to remember, this guy knows what you guys like, because he is a builder too. So when he takes on a file for a print of this magnitude, he wants, as if he was buying it himself. He wants that quality in his product. As if he was buying a product from somebody else, he expects quality. So you're getting that with this. So here we go. Wash all parts with water and liquid detergent. Do not soak. Just wash. You know, I use a real soft bristle toothbrush, like the softest ones they make, and kind of just scrub over the parts. I use Dawn dish soap, so where you know, liquid detergent, Dawn dish soap is the best. Let it air dry away from direct sunlight. So, you know, basically wash your parts, bring them back into your room, and set them there, turn off the lights, let it air dry, come back later, and, you know, start working on it. Or if you got a container, put some paper towels in it, put all the parts down there, put the lid on it, and, you know, put it up underneath somewhere where it's not out here in the light. Because you guys got to remember, this is UV cured resin, whether it's water-based or, you know, the other stuff like I use. You don't want it to change and deform the shape of the body. Sand is preferred to remove layer lines and support bumps. Fill pinholes as needed. Repeat the wash process. Primer is recommended. And, you know, I've told you guys that in the past. And once you get everything sanded and you rewash the body, you should always wash it first. Let it air dry, like he's saying. When you start your process of sanding, filling, or anything like that, repeat the wash process. Use the same detergent. Dawn, like I said, is the best that I have found to use. And then repeat the process. Let it air dry. Then you're ready to prime. And it's always better to prime. The prime will adhere to the resin and create a bond. and then you're going to lightly wet sand like you normally would. That way your base coat's a nice smooth paint, and then you always tooth that layer, or primer or whatever, to adapt to the paint. And same way with your paint, same process from there on out as you do on any other model. Use your choice of paint. Any kind of paint can be used on this. It's not well, you don't want to use lacquer based. No, you can use lacquer. You can use enamels. You can use acrylic. You can use craft paint. If you've gotten really good at laying craft paint, use craft paint. So it's your choice. It's normal for parts to feel tacky after washing, and only after completely dry, set in the sun for a few minutes. The sun is kind of like the UV equipment I use to cure. The sun will re-cure the body. So, there you go. Set in the sun for a few minutes. 5-10 minutes, set it out in the sun, let the sun dry it up, or if you have a UV light, put it under UV light for a few minutes and re-cure the resin. If any parts are warped, the hot cold water trick will help bend them back into shape. So there you go. It's primarily no different than any other model kit you buy. So if you end up with a little warpage, a hot water, manipulate it, run it under cold water, shrinks it back up and holds it in place. So you can't go wrong, guys. And for these prices, and you're getting an additional $10 off if you use the code Rusty10 when you get to Joel's site, you're going to save an additional 10%. Like I said, I hope this is something that becomes a regular thing, because over the years I've really enjoyed buying his stuff and getting it and looking it over and using it. There for a while, his engines were primarily the only engines I used because they were that good. They fit so nice. They went together so good. They were full of detail. I had zero. Well, I'll take it back. I had one time that an engine kit I got, it had a transmission, and the resin did not get out of the transmission. So that raw resin laid in there, and the transmission actually kind of just blew apart. But he made it right. He sent me another transmission. So, and I had that for months before I got to use it. So, he stands behind his product. He takes pride in what he does. And he's bringing great things to the hobby. You guys are not going to go wrong by spending your hard-earned money with this gentleman. And I know there's still guys out there that primarily only use his stuff. Juan for you. That's his hang title on Instagram. He's the one that built this for the box art. He did an amazing job with it. And I've talked to Juan a lot. Not here recently, but over the years I've talked to him a lot. I've gotten some of Juan's stuff he makes himself. They collaborate a lot together. Same way with I can't remember his name now. There's another gentleman on Instagram. I believe he lives in Texas. Top-notch builder. Wins trophies all the time. He's big into customs. He does great on lowriders and bombs. He likes to build a little bit of everything, futuristic, into cars. It's primarily all cars, but he really knows how to go about manipulating something and going to the extravagant level. And he does a lot of Joel's stuff, and he uses a lot of Joel's stuff in his builds. So somebody that builds at that level believes in this. There's no reason why you guys can't either. Definitely get over there and check them out. Like I said, they're only available from the 11th of this month to the 20th. So you got a short window of opportunity to get you one of these kits. Even if it's not something you're going to build for a year or two, get the kit. If you're a Mopar lover, like me, and you've always wanted to have a Dodge Charger, the new body, 2-door, this is your opportunity to get it. And go crazy with it and turn it into a hot rod if you want, or a pro touring, or full-blown, pro mod. This is the car to get. And if nothing more, as a bone stock car to sit on your shelf, you're not going to go wrong. And I'm not just saying that because he sent me this stuff. Like I said, I've dealt with Joel for 5-6 years, buying product from him, because it was the best out there. Is there better out there? Yeah, there's better out there. There's always something better. But as far as price wise, quick shipping, my God, very quick shipping. He notified me Friday that this was sent, or Thursday night or Friday night, this was shipped out. I got this Saturday. I was at Acme when this came. My daughter was great and ran outside and grabbed it and brought it inside for me. But that's how quick the shipping is. And normally, even if it's long, it takes 2, 3 days, 4 days to get something from him. And this came within like 2 or 3 days. That's flipping fantastic in itself. So I'll have all of Joel's links down below. I'll also have Mark's down there below. Excuse me, guys. Let me get a drink. We will start the process on this. Oh, let me go. So the keys, they're right here. So, you can adjust how far you want your wheels to stick out or stick in just by sitting those there. Now, I'm sure all the way back in there, that's perfect for alignment as far as how far your wheels will stick in or stick out. And it's nothing for you guys that like to really modify and you want to put a gas engine in this to separate this into pieces and put a full-blown chassis with suspension parts and everything else in it. And maybe one day I'll be able to get another one of these if he ever re-releases it, and we'll do something radical like that too. I just believe with this one, it is, it just, look, guys, it just fits in there. Just like it's supposed to. It's not going to sit on its own, but boom, belly of the beast. Look at everything, everything lines up. I'm looking down where those axles go, and they're dead nuts center to the wheel well. This is a little warped, a little curved, but it's a big piece of resin and it's long. But once this is all glued in place, I don't even have to fight it. I'm just using my thumbs to hold it in place, and it goes right in place. So, I mean, look at that detail on the headlights. This is going to be a fun build, guys. And this is just the kind of build to take your mind off the big build you're working on, or if you're like me, you're building 5 or 6 at a time, the monotony you get into. This is a perfect kit to pull down off your shelf, to take your mind off all that, and have fun, which modeling is all about, and be a little creative, especially on the interior, because look, the roof, it's got the moonroof. It's all open here, so you can really, really lay that interior out, and it all be visible. So when you go to a show, you don't have to concentrate on what's underneath the hood. It's concentrating on your interior and making everything look as real as possible, and adding the details in the interior that you probably see. Maybe a soda sitting down in the console, or maybe a little bag of chips, a pack of cigarettes laying down in there, some magazines on the seats, maybe a couple boxes sitting in the back seat, some bags, whatever, and that's all going to be visible. And then you got a great looking paint finish on it. You don't have to go with these tires and wheels. You can change tires and wheels. You just may have to modify a little bit. But I mean, look at that. That's a nice tire and wheel package for any build you're doing. So even if you didn't use these, you can do that. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. All right, guys. Sorry about that delay. I had a phone call that I had to take. So again, only available from 11/11 to 11/20. $89 plus tax and shipping with the resin tires, $99 if you want the rubber tires plus tax and shipping. You use the code Rusty10, you're going to get 10% off of your order. It's a great deal. And to give you an example, just as a quick detail, if you're into painting these little figures, and like I said, I find this highly enjoyable. It's very relaxing, calming. These little figures, here's a seat. You can see she's scaled just right. If I put her down in that seat, look where her head is, and look where her, torso ends, and her butt and all that. So you could even go as far as, getting on his page. I don't know if he has figures. I think he does. To sit down, or just, if you're a printer or somebody that prints, pick up a couple figures. What a great detail to add to the interior, especially when you can look down through it and you see something like that in there. A couple figures just sitting in the car. You got some soda cans. They've been shopping there, so there's shopping bags in the back seat. That's really going above and beyond. And this is a great kit to do it with. So I hope you guys, you enjoyed this. You get over and check out Joel's page. He's got a massive amount. I just dropped something important. There we go. He has a massive amount of items to buy that are highly detailed. You guys are going to be, if you have never been there, you're going to be blown away when you start looking at his stuff. And you're going to want all kinds of stuff. He's got a wide range of engines, a wide range of figures, diorama stuff, tires and wheels, other accessories. So definitely get over there. Get you one of these kits while they last. Use the code Rusty10 and you'll get 10% off. And, it's a limited time. It's a limited edition. Once it hits 11:20, if you've not got your order in, you've missed out. And that's not good for this. When I heard and I started seeing little clips of him posting, this is in progress, well, I was hoping this is what he was sending us, and it turns out that it is. Chuck's Hobby Spot, he did a review on this too, and I can't wait to see what Chuck does with it when he gets to building it. And I truly hope you guys get you one of these, because from everything I see, this is definitely something I would have just bought without even just getting one for the channel. I would have bought one because it's a 2-door charger, and you've heard my rants about the 4-door chargers, how I hate them. They destroyed it. The look, I don't care if it's got the Hellcat or Elephant in it or whatever. I don't care if it had 2,000 horsepower. It's a 4-door car. It's ugly. I don't like them. That is my opinion. But now we have a 2-door with a lot more design in the body. It's very radical, very cool looking, and it's a 2-door. I absolutely love this kit, and we will build it. Body color. We'll get off here. So I showed you the wheel color. It's going to be one color. This is the color I'm using. It's Gravity Colors. Bentley Speed 8 Le Mans Green. It is an absolutely beautiful metallic color. We'll use 2K clear after we spray this. And that's it. I'm not going to put any decals, no stripes, no nothing on the body. I love that, just that metallic green finish on there. A nice glossy finish, just like, because it's a concept car, so it'd be showroom. They want it to be nice and shiny and everything else. Now, matte black would also be a primo choice to use on this. We're going to look at the glass here real quick, and then we're going to be done with this. Now this has to be trimmed, but like this is your front window, your back window, and it, like I said, it is vacuum molded, but they fit. I've not trimmed them off. I'm not going to yet, but they fit perfect. You will have to, do a little extra trimming if you've ever done a resin kit, a full resin body or a trans kit. This is the kind of stuff you get with them. It also has the side windows. I think this is the front glass here. Side windows, front glass. moonroof, back window. I use canopy glue to attach these. Another glue I found that works really good and is fast, you don't have to worry about sitting there drying time, is a UV cured glue. That Zap-It glue. Toothpick, a tiny little dab in like 4 corners. You know, I always set my glass in place first, and then I put 4 little drops and I UV cure. Pow! It is held in place. And then I come back with UV glue and kind of go around the border and cure it as I go. It's in there. It's done. I don't have to worry about it anymore. All my trim that I can see, like especially around the window, this will all be matte black. You know, so on and so forth. As the new age cars, you know, there wasn't the chrome. But you could add that special detail and add chrome. You know, if you want to modernize it, you know, the resto mod type look, the new Charger with old Charger looks. The sky's the limit, guys. I mean, you know, you get the glass, you get the interior tub and the full interior, body and chassis. Like I said, it is curbside, so it's no big deal. Curbsides are fun to build. It takes your mind off of all the craziness. And even with curbsides, you can go, you know, extreme. It's not a written in stone. It has to be this way and only this way. Blah blah blah. We may look into. We'll probably do this matte black. These areas here. May do those in aluminum and then just kind of blackwash them, and then carbon fiber. If nothing else, we'll matte black it. Definitely, I think we're going to do a little carbon fiber around the chin spoiler here. That's what I always call them. I know they're called air dams or something like that. But and then we'll have a black finish in here. We'll have a little black finish up underneath the headlights. We'll get the headlights painted appropriately. The tail end, like I said, we will get this Molotov in here so the headlight or the taillights pop out. Same way with the clear to my red over the taillights. This may be like the 3rd brake light or something like that. But I will contact Joel and find, and I'll update you on that little tiny red piece, what it is. Maybe somebody already knows. You can leave it down in the comments. I'm just unaware of what it is. Tires and wheels, we will be using the rubber tires. I just like that look and that finish better. These we will hold. I can easily make a set of wheels to fit inside these for another project. But I appreciate that he sent both. That way you guys get a chance to look at both of them. And then when you get it, you know, before you order it, make your choice. Which, you know, these are really nice detail. These are what you probably see on the car. I think these are a little bit different tread pattern. A little more high performance. And I like that high performance aspect on my cars. Perfect fit and dash, steering wheel, seats, the brakes. You know, everything's detailed. You'll be able to see the brakes through the wheels. You can easily two-tone those wheels, like I was telling you. You can't get wrong. And, you know, when you get the kit, he sends you a nice little sticker. I got this nice little pin. It's got a magnet on the back, so it'll stick to, you know, whatever I wanted to. I'll put it up here on my light. And you also get the instructions on cleaning and prep. Follow these guys to the T, step by step, and you'll end up with a very, very, very nice model, and very much show quality. You know, if you just take your time and go through the steps, the motions, follow those directions on there, and just have fun with this kit. And don't miss out. Go get you one. You know, get your order in for it. I know it's a real tight time of the year, but if you can, you know, squeeze out $100 for something that's not going to be around again, do it, because you're not going to be sorry. And again, tell him Rusty sent you. Use the code Rusty10. You'll get that 10% off. And here's to future endeavors with Joel. I appreciate him sending this to our channel for you all to get a chance to see it, you know, in depth, my vision for it, and just stay tuned. You know, if you're not subbed, hit that sub button. It's free. Doesn't cost you nothing. while you're doing that, hit that bell notification. You'll know when the videos come out for this. We will be starting the prep work probably today. I do have to run some errands, so when I get back, I'll be starting the prep work for this. And hopefully within the next couple days, we'll be going into the spray booth and getting primer on it. I will even go and we'll do some filming in the spray booth as I'm painting. You guys can see how I lay the primer down. We will be using a dark gray primer. I want to keep this green as dark as I can get it. We may lay a silver base down. First, I'm going to shoot on some spoons, a silver base, and then this over that and see what kind of finish I get. Or if I'm just going to lay this straight over the primer. I'm going to do it both ways. And I'll show that before I start laying the primer. So, you know, it'll be a few days before I make a video on this. But, you know, hit that bell notification so you know. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me know what you think about this kit down in the comments. I want to hear from everybody. Your pros, your cons. If you've had a resin kit before, what you thought about it. Because I'm telling you, these are primo. These are just as nice if you went to a model show and the guys that are selling the top dollar resin trans kits or the bodies on their shelf. And I'm talking about the primo ones, the ones where you're not going to have any pinholes. You're not going to have, you know, lightly sand, you know, wash it, let it dry, lightly sand it, prime it, and be ready to go. That's what this is. It's just in a 3D printer. So this is the wave of our future, guys. This is a way to obtain cars that normally model kits or model companies are not going to make or produce. You know, concept cars. Even if this car actually, I've heard down the grapevine that Dodge is switching over to electric cars. The Charger and the Challenger are no longer going to be gas powered. They're both going to a fully electric, you know, engine. Or in this case, it would be motor because it's electric. Engine is gas. You know, that's the way I've always been taught from the time I was wee little to now. Engine is gas, motor is electric. Because the saying is electric motor. Even though we've all adapted the term, you know, what kind of motor you got in that car? You know, that's just terminology. But I'm, guys, you think I'm wound up from Acme? I'm through the roof over this. And you guys will be too. And like I said, don't be dismayed. You get it and you see these. This is just in the resin. It's not a wave. And even if it is a little bit, this will sand out so smooth. You guys don't believe how easy. That's why I like using 3D resin parts. It sands so easy. It cuts super easy. You can manipulate it and shape it. You know, I showed you with that Dodge Charger that we're working on, the Ring Brothers, how I carved out those seats and grinded them down, sanded them to fit what I needed. This is no different. You can really have no issues getting this in a matter of an hour, having this all sanded, clean, letting it dry, and getting it ready for primer. So a super fun, easy, quick build if that's the route you want to go, or you can go to the extreme with it. Josh over at Extremis, I hope he gets one of these, and I like to see, because he really gets radical with his builds. And I met him at Acme. I forgot to shout his name out yesterday. You know, if you're not subbed to him, get over there and sub to his stuff. The truck he had pictures taken of for the magazine. I asked him, I said, you know, how long did it take you to make that? He's like, 150 hours. I'm like, 150 hours? My GTX has 2,000 hours in it. Now, two totally different builds, but still, the amount of detail that's in that truck was, I mean, my jaw dropped and hit the floor. So, you guys check him out. And again, Josh, I'm sorry I didn't get your name on the list of guys yesterday. But like I said, throughout the next week or two, I'm going to be remembering things and find things I've did jot stuff down on, you know, to get these guys shout out, because they're a great bunch of guys. I enjoyed seeing their work up close and personal. And if you guys didn't make it to the show, you need to start following these guys so you can actually see their stuff. And if you think it looks good on this little woohoo, get to a show where they're at and see their stuff in person. It'll humble you quick and make you so appreciative of what they talk about and what they do on their channels, and the processes they go through, and the trials, tribulations, the oops, I gotta start over, all of it, everything in between, and to have something like that. And that was just one of several that he brought that were just amazing. But again, yeah, go check out Josh the Extremist. He does have a YouTube channel. He's on Facebook. You'll always see him jump up on the lives with Brian, Got Fuels Moloch Garage, and Pappy, and Rick Zink, and all them, where they do the lives all together. He's always on there with them. Definitely go check him out. And as I remember more, guys, I'll pop up. I did find some footage. I do have about a minute and a half, almost 2 minutes worth of footage. I'll put that up Friday. That video will come out pretty late because I'm going to be working. And so you guys know, just be watching it. Like I said, that's the best way to do it. Hit that bell notification. You'll know when we do more great products from Joel, from Ryan, what Mark sends us, and what I'm doing. So, again, guys, thank you for watching this. Excuse me. Get over to Joel's site, Iceman Collections. Get you one while these last. I need a drink. Tell him Rusty sent you and use that code Rusty10. You'll save you some more money for that balling on a budget. Trust me, guys, you're not going to be sorry with this one. This is absolutely primo, high quality, all the way. Fitment, perfect. That's why, and we're going to ramble here a little bit. And this is why Joel does these limited editions and limited runs, because so much time is taken to put into these things, and it takes so much time to print this stuff and get it prepped and ready to ship. It's not, you're not going to put it into production and constantly, like AMT or Revell or any of them would do, and just run thousands and thousands of copies of this. It's not feasible to do that. And then you're going to start losing quality somewhere, and then the next project is going to get pushed off because you're having so much fun and success with this. The fun part about this is being able to jump in while it's available and getting your copy of it and know that you have it. And, everybody else is, because they missed out. And it sucks, and I get everybody can't afford it, and they're going to miss out. But if you can do it, scrape those pennies and dimes and nickels and quarters together and dollar bills and get you one of these, because you're going to be glad you did. And it's going to be a beautiful piece for your collection, a beautiful piece to sit in your display case. And it'll be a beautiful piece to take to a show. And if you guys get you one, let me know you got one. I want to see pictures. I want to see how you build yours. Send them to my email. It's always down there too. And we'll keep tabs on each other as we're building these, and we'll see how it goes. I'm just kind of at a point where I'm at a standstill and everything, so I have 2 projects I can start. Well, actually 3, and I'm gonna get all 3 started. The ramp truck, this charger, and the one Mark sent us that we're going to review probably tomorrow. And we will, get rocking and rolling on them and see what, old Rusty Rotor comes up with on his. I look forward to see what you come up on yours. Get over there, get you one. Show Joel some love, on his Instagram page, his Facebook, his web store. Find you some things and get that 10% off by using the code Rusty10. Get you one of these kits. If nothing more to put up in your stash until you get a chance to build it. You're going to love it. Open it up when you get it. Look at how high quality it is. You're going to be amazed. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. My thanks and appreciation goes out to Joel at Iceman Collections for sending us this and having the opportunity to review it and get to build it and show all of you how it goes. I kind of showed you how everything fits now. I see zero issues with putting this together. And if we do find some, you guys will be the first to know because it'll be in a video. And I know for a fact, Juan had no issues putting his together. And you know, for the box art, he said it was like he threw it in the box, sat it down, opened it up, and boom, there it was. So, can't go wrong, right? Then get over there and get you one. This is Rusty Rotor. I'm out.